Imagine being treated unfairly every day, judged not for your actions, but for the color of your skin. A young black teen faces relentless bullying at school, teachers turning a blind eye, classmates whispering, and a world that seems stacked against them. Just when hope feels lost, a surprising figure enters their life, a wealthy tech entrepreneur, Elon Musk, who notices the injustice. What happens next changes everything. Will one act of recognition and support be enough to challenge a lifetime of discrimination? The teen, let's call her Aaliyah, was known among her few friends as bright, creative, and full of dreams that stretched far beyond the narrow streets of her neighborhood. She loved to sketch, to code small projects on her laptop, and to imagine a life where her ideas could make a real difference. Each morning, she walked the same worn path to school, backpack slung over her shoulder, earbuds in, trying to tune out the murmurs of judgment and the subtle glances from teachers who didn't expect much from a girl like her. School was a mix of routine and quiet struggle. Lessons, homework, and assignments filled her day. But so did reminders that the world didn't always see her talent, only her skin color. Only her skin color would call on other students more often, overlook her hand raised in class, or criticize her for mistakes she hadn't made. Peers whispered, some sneering, others avoiding her entirely, making her feel both invisible and singled out at the same time. She had learned to stay quiet, to blend in, to not give anyone a reason to notice her, until the weight of it all pressed so heavily on her chest that sometimes it felt like she couldn't breathe. Still, Aaliyah clung to her dreams. She imagined a future where her creativity and intellect could shine, a world where her ideas mattered more than her skin color. That distant, almost unreachable world seemed impossible. Until one day, a chance encounter would appear, a moment that could change everything and open a door she never knew existed. The day started like any other, but Aaliyah felt an unusual tightness in her chest as she prepared to present her latest school project, a small coding prototype she had spent weeks perfecting. Her hands shook slightly as she carried her laptop into the classroom, trying to push away the anxiety that had become a constant companion. From the moment she started speaking, she noticed the teacher's critical gaze, sharp and dismissive. The words came, cutting through her confidence. Her work was overcomplicated, unnecessary, and not really important. Every syllable felt like a punch. Her classmates reacted differently. Some snickered, some exchanged uneasy glances, while others simply avoided eye contact, leaving her feeling both humiliated and isolated. Aaliyah tried to explain her ideas, but the teacher interrupted, dismissing her every point as irrelevant. She closed her laptop slowly, the sting of rejection burning in her chest. Walking out of the classroom, she felt the familiar weight of doubt pressing down. Had all her late nights and small victories amounted to nothing? Was her talent ever going to be seen, or would she always be overlooked? As she stepped outside to take a breath, she noticed a crowd gathered nearby for a tech showcase happening at the school's auditorium. Curiosity pushed her closer, and she decided to quietly set up her project on a small table just to watch the presentations. Unexpectedly, a well-known tech entrepreneur, Elon Musk, approached, intrigued by the prototype she had left displayed. He paused, examined her work carefully, and smiled, a gesture that instantly contrasted the dismissal she had just faced. Elon Musk asked questions, genuinely interested, and listened as she explained her ideas. For the first time that day, someone saw her for her talent and creativity, not the color of her skin or her background. His encouragement was subtle but powerful. He suggested improvements, shared resources, and offered guidance, opening doors she hadn't even imagined. He invited her to attend workshops, connect with mentors, and showcase her work to a wider audience. Over the next weeks, the teen who had once feared speaking up began to find her voice. With support, she refined her project, learned new skills, and began to understand that her worth wasn't defined by the narrow judgments of a single classroom. The mentorship didn't erase the discrimination she faced, but it gave her a platform and confidence she had never known before. What had begun as a day filled with humiliation turned into the start of something transformative, proof that when someone notices and believes in potential, can change the course of a life entirely. The day of the major tech event had arrived, and Aaliyah could feel the weight of every expectation pressing down on her. The venue buzzed with chatter, the air thick with anticipation. Students, educators, and industry professionals filled the seats, their eyes flicking toward the stage where innovation would be judged. For Aaliyah, it was more than a presentation. It was a test of her resilience, of everything she had endured, because of her skin color and the dismissive assumptions of those around her. Her heart raced as she adjusted her laptop, hands trembling slightly, and took a deep, steadying breath. Walking onto the stage, the bright lights hit her like a wave. The audience's gaze felt heavy, scrutinizing. Aaliyah could feel the skepticism in the air, the doubts about her background, her experience, and even whether she belonged here at all. She remembered the harsh words from teachers, the whispers of classmates, and the moments when she had been ignored or belittled. Each memory threatened to erode her confidence, but then she noticed a familiar face in the front row, Elon Musk, who had first seen her potential. His calm, encouraging presence grounded her, a reminder that someone believed in her abilities. She began her presentation, her voice at first slightly shaky, but growing stronger with each slide. She carefully demonstrated her project, explaining the intricate coding, innovative problem-solving, and the thought behind every design choice. The audience, initially distracted and skeptical, started to lean forward, captivated by the clarity and ingenuity of her work. She could see a few of her detractors in the crowd, the same students who had once whispered and snickered, but now their expressions shifted from doubt to astonishment. Then came the moment that could make or break her. A judge, one of the most experienced professionals in the field, posed a pointed question, clearly expecting her to stumble. The auditorium fell silent, every breath and movement magnified in the tense air. Aaliyah paused, gathering her thoughts. She thought of the long nights coding, the sketches, the small victories that had brought her to this exact moment. Confidence she hadn't known she possessed, she answered the question, her explanation precise, insightful, and full of authority. The judge's raised eyebrows were mirrored by murmurs of admiration from the audience. By the end of her presentation, the auditorium erupted not in polite applause, but in genuine, sustained recognition. The validation was overwhelming. Teachers, students, and industry professionals alike acknowledged her brilliance. Even her classmates who had doubted her now looked on in awe. Humiliation, the prejudice, the injustice she had faced became the backdrop for her triumph. Standing there, Aaliyah realized that her talent, creativity, and determination could never be ignored. The support she had received, paired with her own perseverance, had created a moment that transformed not just her future, but the narrative around her abilities and worth. As she stepped off the stage, heart still pounding, a rush of relief, pride, and empowerment flooded her. She had faced the skeptics, the critics, and the bias, and emerged victorious. For the first time, the world wasn't judging her by her skin, it was acknowledging her for her brilliance. And in that realization, she understood the true power of resilience, mentorship, and the courage to keep shining despite injustice. Aaliyah's life began to change in ways she had only dreamed of. Doors that once seemed permanently closed started to open. Mentorship programs, scholarships, and invitations to speak at workshops gave her access to opportunities she had never imagined. With each new connection, she gained not only knowledge but confidence, learning to navigate spaces where talent mattered more than prejudice. The encouragement from her mentor, coupled with her own resilience, transformed her fear and doubt into determination. She started to see herself not just as a student trying to prove herself, but as a young innovator with the power to inspire and influence more than her personal success. Aaliyah realized that her journey could be a light for others. Students who had faced similar discrimination saw her story and felt a spark of hope. They began to believe that their voices mattered, that their ideas could be recognized, and that one person noticing their potential could shift the trajectory of their lives. Her experience became a testament to the power of support and acknowledgement, how one act of recognition, no matter how small, can ripple outward to impact many lives. The larger message of her journey was impossible to ignore. Racism and bias are still deeply embedded in systems, schools, and communities. But courage, creativity, and mentorship can challenge those systems, showing that talent cannot be silenced when it is nurtured and given a platform. Aaliyah's story was proof that change is possible, and that even in the face of injustice, one person's belief in another can create lasting impact. As the camera pans over the faces of students inspired by her story, the question lingers in the air. How many brilliant voices remain unheard, simply because no one stops to notice? Aaliyah's triumph is not just hers, belongs to every young person fighting to be seen, reminding the world that attention, encouragement, and belief can change lives forever.